The more attached you are, the more difficult it will be for you to detach. The more invested you are to an outcome, a person, a place, a thing, the more the way you need things to be, the more suffering you are going to have. And the more suffering that you have, the more suffering everybody else around you is going to experience. And I'm going to tell you, it is not a fun place to be. I know because I have some really good friends who just love to share with me when I'm being too attached, when I am suffering in my victimhood. And it's so unpleasant to hear that I am participating in my own victimhood. However, it is really important for me to hear because I want to grow and I want other people to stop suffering around me because of my pitiful, crazy, unloving attitude. So to detach, I'm going to give you a few things of how you can do that. Number one, I talked about this the other day, is by hugging somebody. By hugging somebody, you kind of take the energy out of it. Number two is by humor, using humor to detach and making gentle fun of what's happening. Another one is to just take a break and walk away. So today I'm going to talk to you about setting boundaries is another way to detach, to figure out what is best for you, to stop your ruminating thoughts because your thinking is keeping you from your spiritual life. Your ruminating keeps you separate from everything. And so what you can do is ask yourself, what is my next thought? When you ask yourself, what is my next thought? Then you are able to have a blank space. Ask yourself that. What's my next thought? And in that blank space, you can insert something that is more loving, more gentle, more kind, more intentional. You don't have to just let it just run like a washing machine spinner for years. That's what we've done. So the idea is if you can start detaching yourself from the outcome, there will be less suffering in your life and more love. There will be more people who will want to be around you because you're not suffering, because you're not letting everybody know how miserable you are. And instead, you can be grateful for what's happening. So I know for me in my life, I've had to detach from certain people, from certain places, from certain things, from certain experiences because it caused me suffering. And when I stopped suffering, then I could just be with what is. And then I might step back into the life that I love when I feel that I don't have to be attached to the way people should be. They're not going to be the way we want them to be. And if we can accept people as they are and let them be who they are, and then just live my life, and you can live your life in the best way, in the most loving way, in the most coherent way, then our lives become more manageable. Today I'm reading from The Language of Letting Go on Detachment, February 16th. The concept of letting go can be confusing to many of us. When are we doing too much or trying too hard to control people and outcomes? We can plan the plan, but we can't plan the outcome. When are we doing too little? When is what we're doing an appropriate part of taking care of ourselves? What is our responsibility and what isn't? I can tell you I'm not responsible for how somebody feels, but I am responsible for how I show up in the world, and I want to show up loving. These issues can challenge us whether we've been in our spiritual practice for 10 days or 10 years. Sometimes we may let go so much that we neglect responsibility to ourselves or others. Other times we may cross the line from taking care of ourselves to controlling others and outcomes. There is no rule book, but we don't have to make ourselves crazy. We don't have to be so afraid. We don't have to do this practice perfectly. If it feels like we need to do a particular action, we can do it. If no action feels timely or inspired or we feel doubtful, don't act on it. Having and setting healthy limits, healthy boundaries isn't a tidy process. We can give ourselves permission to experiment, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. We can talk to people, ask questions, and question ourselves. If there's something we need to do or learn, it will become apparent, and lessons sure don't go away. If we're not taking care of ourselves enough, we'll see that. And if we are being too controlling, we'll grow to understand that too. Things will work out. The way will become clear. It may not work out the way we want it to be, but they'll work out. And today I will take actions that appear appropriate. I will let go of the rest, and I will strive for balance between self-responsibility, responsibility to others, and letting go. If you like my content, please like, put in a comment below in what you want to learn to let go of or what you need help with, and share it with somebody because you know there is. I love you.